with chili on my shirt. I didn't know I had chili
Oh,
on
that's kind of like sweet and cute in its own way.
I like it. But I had like a panic attack and I made her feel my heart and she thought I was dying. She's like, what's wrong? And I go, listen, I need to tell you something. She goes, spit it out. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Do you smell toast? And I was
yeah, that is it.
And then I was like, I want you to marry me. And I just like kind of fumbled this ring out. So it went from the most beautiful thing ever to...
I would be kind of offended if someone had a panic attack while they were asking me. I would assume it was because they were nervous about it.
It was because I was so excited.
Oh,
and I
that's
knew
nice.
When you're
Okay.
holding that ring and you know you're about to do that, that's a hard secret to keep.
I imagine.
And, you know, yeah. And her parents came over. I asked permission. I did the whole thing.
Oh, that's very nice.
But you don't want it. Do you want to get married? Because I know you don't want kids.
I am married. I'm divorced. I'm in the middle of a divorce.
Well, wait a minute now.
Hold on.
I didn't know anything about this.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you about, but hang on. Let me just tell you what happened with Lisa. So he does everything she
Khan's
says.
wife.
Khan's wife. He does everything she wants. Proposes in Central Park. Comes to work Monday. It was such a surprise. I didn't know. And I'm like, oh, you fucking cunt. I know the truth. And she told everyone her little lie about I had no idea. And he did this. And everyone clapped in Central Park. And then she fucked the British 60-year-old guy who looked like someone out of the Goonies. She would have sex with him at the Chelsea Hotel. So all kinds of shit in my office is going on at the Chelsea Hotel.
I was going to say, what's going on? You know,
she said to me, she came.
Was she Nancy Spungen?
No, she went to lunch with this British guy, the guy that worked in our office in the IT department.
It's hard not to fuck a 60-year-old British guy, in all honesty.
He wasn't like that. He was
Hello, darling. How are we today? Like,
I guess he was probably more sophisticated than her husband with the Mickey Mouse tie. So they go to lunch. She comes back. Her shirt's on backwards. Her hair's messed up. I see her in the bathroom. She goes, if you ever want a quickie, you can rent by the hour at the Chelsea Hotel. I go, but your boyfriend works in Connecticut. And she's like, oh, and that was so obvious they were fucking. It was the weirdest place I ever worked. But anyway, that's what kind of kept me going.
Am I old-fashioned that cheating to me? No, I guess it's not old-fashioned. Maybe it's new. I don't know where I stand, but I'll get a female perspective. To me, cheating, I'd rather you murder someone than cheat on me.
Oh, I'm just a weirdo who might be like a man. I don't.
Because my wife's the guy in the relationship.
Okay.
She wants to have sex quickly, and I'll say, like, do you want to have sex? And she goes, can you fuck me, like, right now? Because it's like a commercial during the Barefoot Contessa. Can we get this going? And I'm like, whoa, let's warm up a little, kitty cat. Let's get it going.
Yeah.
Like, because I'm like an old man. Maybe I have a bad prostate or something. I need some warming up.
Well, I'm kind of both, but cheating to me, here's the thing. Here's why I never know. When I'm truly in love with someone, I get jealous. And even jealous about things that aren't real. You know what I mean?
Oh, because you're kind of crazy.
No, because you love someone so much that you just like, please don't cheat.
Okay.
Please
what
don't
about
have
loving
something
them so much that you trust them implicitly and it never even crosses your radar?
Yes, I've never snooped or anything like that. But there'll just be times in my life, there have been times in my life where suddenly, it's been a year and your boyfriend has a new friend that's a girl and you're like, all right. Like that gets a little bit threatening. And then in those moments, I've been like, God, I hope he doesn't cheat or please don't cheat. Or just, please, I'm more like, please never let me know as long as
you were married?
But I was married.
And did you feel this way when you were married?
Well, I wasn't in love and I didn't know it. And so I did feel that way. I asked him if we could have an open relationship.
Oh, my God.
And he was like, no. And I was like, but we're not doing anything.
Matty Boy just perked up. Like, this might be my dream woman.
I know, because I don't want even a relationship right now. Like, I'm in my industrial phase, and I'm busy, and I'm not going to regret later. Oh, I didn't.
You just wrote Atlas Shrugged. You got to,
Wait, what? I never read it. See,
I never did either.
Smart.
It's just a big, stupid industrial book.
Oh,
and people that read it are so fucking proud that they read it.
I thought you meant this is something that happened in it. But
No,
you
just
mean
people that read that book are like, they're only proud because they got through it. It's not like it's great.
I'm sure it's not great.
No, it's whatever. So you were married, but you were never in love.
I don't think so.
I know so on my side.
Did that happen to you, your first marriage?
Yeah, my wife now is the first person I was ever in love with.
Yeah. I think that...
Second one's the charm, Jen.
I think here's the thing, too. And this is maybe what happened to you, why you weren't sure. When I was in my 20s, there'd be excitement, passion, drama. I'm not very dramatic, but passion, drama, excitement. I love them. I feel it right away. And I was right about those guys. They were really good people. It just didn't work out because ultimately we wanted different things. And there was only so far you could go, but it was love.
They were Mickey Mouse ties.
It was, no.
Is that a non-starter for you?
A Mickey Mouse tie? Oh, yeah.
All right.
Even a tie. It was like love at first sight, and it went well. With the new guy at 30, I remember going to my therapist and going, I feel like I feel like I want like lovers or be like a George Clooney, a new boyfriend every year or something. But I feel like every guy I date or sleep with or something really doesn't believe me, and they act like, one and done. or they're whatever. I go, so I guess there's really no such thing as what I want. And she was like, probably not. She's a little traditional. And I was like, so maybe I'll just, I can't be like this forever. Maybe just if I meet someone nice, whatever. So I met my husband, nice guy. I'm not overly like turned on when I'm around him. I think he's adorable. I want to hug him and kiss him. But it didn't have that like passion, but I thought that was good. I thought that's real love. This is maturity.
Yeah, you settle in.
Settle in at 30. Like, let's settle down. Like, let's cut this off now.
Yeah.
And so we were together and we went through every phase and I felt like I was kind of leading it. And I was
What did he do for a living?
He's an editor, but he was just getting started at the time.
Editor of books? Editor of magazines?
Oh, editor of,
movies?
Yeah, like TV shows, movies, whatever.
So
he was kind of starting his own business. We met through the comedy world. And I was just, things weren't going well for me. So I remember thinking actively.
Is it Aziz?
No.
Okay.
I remember thinking actively, at least I'll have love. And at least, there's a shared income and life will be a little easier. Yeah. Like, I really was like, what am I going to do? This comedy thing? So I remember thinking that. But like in moments. And then in moments I'd be like, I'm really in love. This is fun. But I don't think I ever was. So we moved in together. Nothing felt joyous. The moving in together felt
arduous.
Felt like, okay, maybe once we move in together, then it'll feel good. And then I was like, this doesn't feel good. Okay, well, wait, let's keep going. Instead of let's back out. And everyone I talked to was like, that's how it feels. That's love. That's love.
No, they're idiots.
Don't listen to people.
You're absolutely right. Everyone's assholes. Everyone, is that a sentence?
Everyone's assholes, yep.
Everything's assholes and everyone's assholes. I went to a psychiatrist who he talked me into getting married.
Mine did too. I'm still with her. I shouldn't be, but.
Huh?
Mine did too. She was like,
what did you say that you shouldn't be?
I'm still with her. I shouldn't be, but she said, you have a commitment issue. I go, I don't think so. Like, in some ways I don't. But here's the thing I didn't like about marriage. Everyone else's I have this new family. Everyone's in my business. They were way too involved in my life. Like, his mom was like going on the road and following
you're the
me.
Sexy star lady.
She was coming on the road with me. I was like, you cannot do this. Like, you have to. And I would say to him, you've got to divorce your mom.
Where's his father?
Well, his father passed away during our marriage.
Oh, and then now it's your fault. Now you got to entertain the mom because the father's dead.
Yeah, I mean, she was like that even before, but I was like, it just was not working out. And I knew on my wedding day, and I wanted to just scream at everyone, please. Like, I just got so far that, I mean, it should have been so obvious. Like, I'd been off antidepressants for years. I had to go back on them the summer before my wedding. I mean, what? And my psychiatrist was like, do it, do it, do it. Like, she would say, like, do you ever just look at him and love him? And I would go, yeah. Sometimes I just sit there and go, oh, you're such a good person. But that's not love.
I love that shrimp cocktail
pretty.
You're holding. Then it extends up the arm maybe to the person if they're holding something really nice. Like, no. But yeah, I swear, I went to a psychiatrist and he was highly recommended. Mm-hmm. And he said, JJ, you know what you got right here? You got Coca-Cola stock, 1955. The upside of this is off the charts. And I'm like, oh, okay. Because it feels like I don't want to do this at all. And he goes, you know why? Because I remember him saying, because you want to get pussy, right? But let me tell you something. You're going to get famous, and she's the only person that knew you before you were famous, which, by the way, wasn't true.
Right.
Everywhere you go for the rest of your life, you're never going to know if that person saw you and said, hey, he's really interesting, or, oh, my God, that's Jay Mohr from TV. And I was doing like MTV's lip service.
Yeah.
And this guy's like, well, look, man, you're hot shit. You're on MTV during the day, and 15-year-olds are lip syncing to fucking Jesus Jones records. You might want to wrap this up quick before it gets out of hand. You're going to need a pussy helmet if this goes the way it's supposed to go. So I did it. And it was this. Here's the thing with marriage, and exactly what you said. It doesn't fix anything. Mm-hmm. Having a kid doesn't fix anything. Mm-hmm. It's literally like if you have a sore elbow going in, it's just going to get more inflamed and worse later. If you're unsure, if you're listening to this podcast.
If you're unsure, you know the difference. If you can say, okay, because the thing I said to her is, when we were getting married, she was like, listen, it's the same kind of thing. Like, this person has always been there for you. They're always going to be there for you. That's what marriage is. It's hard. You don't know how many times I look at other guys and wish I could sleep with them. But I go, if you literally have lost your sex drive so completely and gained 40 pounds and now can't imagine sex with anybody, not even a movie star on a poster, like, I am shut down. And this was after I was married. And she was like, that's just what it is. You have to work on it. And I was like, I think I'm working way too hard.
It shouldn't be work.
It should be this like, just like you feel when you're 18. Oh my God, I'm giddy. I love you.
Yeah.
And then you're with them. And yes, times get tough. Oh, I didn't feel like dealing with this today, but I'm responsible for this person and they'll get my back later. You know, it's always uneven. Like sometimes you don't both go through
when you
hell
play
at once.
tag as a kid.
Yeah.
The front steps were like base.
Yeah.
That person should be base.
Yeah.
Like no matter what happens at work or at a club or at Chelsea lately or here or on a movie set, you go home and you're like, you can't touch me.
And you're so excited about it.
Yeah.
And I think that sometimes, yes, once in a while, you might go, oh man, what would it be like to be on the other side? And then you look at the person, you remember the passion and the love, and you go, oh, I'm right where I should be. But if you have it the other way completely, where you're only thinking about getting out, and once in a while you look at them and go, it's okay, that's wrong.
Here's how it goes in my head in my house. And again, keep in mind, I'm like the woman. Mm-hmm. I go, I wonder what it'd be like to have sex. Oh, you know what? I could just go fuck my wife right now.
Right.
Like she's in the house. I have someone with a vagina that'll have sex with me in-house.
Right.
There's no outsourcing.
Right.
My wife caught me masturbating once in a hotel right when we were first dating. And she kept it to herself. And we're driving to Vegas like 6 months later. And she goes, remember the time you were jerking off at Shutters? And I'm like, what? No, I can't even reach. I have weird arms. And she goes, no, I saw you. You were wearing your Jets pajamas. Like she knew it. Like she had it all.
That's so sad.
She just knew it. And I'm like, oh my God. The fact I wear Jets pajamas.
Well, just that they were on.
Yeah. Well, because you got to pull them up quick if they come in the other room.
So were you looking at anything or just thinking?
I was watching porno. It was like a 2-room suite at a hotel.
I would be fine with the porn.
And she said to me, just so you're watching porno, and I tried to talk my way out. She goes, no, I saw you. And I go, oh, okay. And she wasn't like cunty about it. It was super matter of fact. She goes, I just want to know, is that important to you? Uh-huh. And I go, porn? And she goes, yeah. But she just said it so pragmatically, matter of factly. And it was like this just crossroads where I went, no. And she goes, oh, okay. Because I'm kind of a sure thing. Like, just wake me up. And I went, oh, okay.
And that's nice.
Then that was that.
Yeah, I mean, if she's giving you all that she can, and you just like, I need it for stress, like that's fine.
But I like guys. That's the problem. No.
Oh, I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah, but I have like the libido of like a 70-year-old man.
Which is what? Not good.
Bad. Oh no, it's terrible.
It's bad. Oh, okay.
Like when I go to acupuncture, I'm like, what's wrong with me?
Right.
I have
Stick a needle
I have a
right
low
in the
sperm
dong.
count. I'm like an old man in the dong. What'd you say?
Stick a needle right in the dong.
You did say dong. I know. I just want to make sure you said dong.
Yeah, it's the
we need to bring dong back.
It's a Chinese term for a penis.
It's in the dictionary. There's a picture of it, and it says dong.
But I think that, like, my husband at the end,
that's my doctor's name.
I wouldn't catch him watching porn, but I'd turn on the TV the next day, and it would be like channel 1004,050,050, and I'm like, oh, this is the porn station.
Titty co-eds.
And I was so happy to find out that he had some sex drive because I wasn't seeing it. But I said to him, if you're not approaching me and you're only watching porn, that's the problem. You can watch it all day long.
So are you divorced or are you going through it?
No, 2 years ago this week, I said it's not working out. And he moved out, and then we said we're gonna, do it nicely. No,
it never works.
So everything, all the papers were signed last July. They've been sitting on someone's fucking desk in a courthouse downtown. If you're listening, sign my thing. So I'm just waiting for the official divorce. But I've been, on my own for 2 years.
So the papers,
separated.
You got to make sure when the papers were signed because you don't want him getting that after lately money.
All the money is settled, and that's.
Oh, okay.
He wouldn't want that money unless he wanted to go to a candy machine. 5 times. I mean, it's not a lot of money.
Well, it depends on how much he likes candy.
But I think, all the money stuff was settled. There was a split of money.
I got to tell you, Jen, the book on you, I've never heard anybody say you're not funny. You're super funny. You're a great writer. But then when I hear you on, the Crab Feast, you talk about being such an outcast. I don't understand the person here, that I'm looking at. I don't know how you are an outsider. You seem to be right in the wheelhouse of...
I fit in with the comedy world, I feel like.
Is it just for both comics?
Yeah, because when I go to my friends' houses and they're not in the business and it's dinner time and the kid is at the table and they're talking about this, I can't take it anymore. Like that kind of thing.
Like our house.
I feel like
just
an
teaching
outsider.
My son how to fart.
That might be, I don't want him to smell it. But like weird things like that. Or if I say, hey, I'm going to Paris, people feel bad for me because I took a girlfriend instead of like when, with a guy or something. Like in that way, I feel like an outsider. I feel like I do things that seem totally normal to
But
me.
as a kid, like the story, like you were...
And she's like, and that was so obvious they were fucking. It was the weirdest place I ever worked. But anyway, that's what kind of kept me going.
Am I old-fashioned that cheating to me... No, I guess it's not old-fashioned. Maybe it's new. I don't know where I stand, but I'll get a female perspective. To me, cheating, I'd rather you murder someone than cheat on me.
Oh, I have a different... I'm just a weirdo who might be like a man. I don't...
Because my wife's the guy in the relationship.
Okay.
She wants he sponging?
No, She went to lunch with this British guy, the guy that worked in our office in the IT department.
It's hard not to fuck a 60-year-old British guy, in all honesty.
He wasn't like that. He was
Hello, darling. How are we today? Like,
I guess he was probably more sophisticated than her husband with the Mickey Mouse tie. So they go to lunch. She comes back. Her shirt's on backwards. Her hair's messed up. I see her in the bathroom. She goes, if you ever want a quickie, you can rent by the hour at the Chelsea Hotel. I go, but your boyfriend works in Connecticut. Con's wife. He does everything she wants. Proposes in Central Park. Comes to work Monday. It was such a surprise. I didn't know. And I'm like, oh, you fucking cunt. I know the truth. And she told everyone her little lie about I had no idea. And he did this. And everyone clapped in Central Park. And then she fucked the British 60-year-old guy who looked like someone out of the Goonies. She would have sex with him at the Chelsea Hotel. So all kinds of shit in my office is going on at the Chelsea Hotel.
I was going to say, what's going on?
She said to me, she came...
Was she with chili on my shirt? I didn't know I had chili on my...
Oh, that's kind of like sweet and cute in its own way.
I like it. But I had like a panic attack and I made her feel my heart and she thought I was dying. She's like, what's wrong? And I go, listen, I need to tell you something. She goes, spit it out. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Do you smell toast? And I was
yeah, that is it.
And then I was like, I want you to marry me. And I just like kind of fumbled this ring out. So it went from the most beautiful thing ever to...
I would be kind of offended if someone had a panic attack whittahl they were asking me. I would assume it was because they were nervous about it.
It was because I was so excited.
Oh, and that's nice.
When you're holding that ring and you know you're about to do that, that's a hard secret to keep.
I imagine.
And, yeah. And her parents came over. I asked permission. I did the whole thing.
Oh, that's very nice.
But you don't want it. Do you want to get married? Because I know you don't want kids.
I am married. I'm divorced. I'm in the middle of a divorce.
Well, wait a minute now.
Hold on.
I didn't know anything about this.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you about, but hang on. Let me just tell you what happened with Lisa. So he does everything she's...